Hi, I'm David Davis from ActualTech Media. We're here at VMworld 2018, and I'm excited to be joined by Mr. Premal Buch. He is the CEO of Robin Systems. Is that right?
That's right.
How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Thanks for being on our ActualTech Media TV today. So it's an honor to have you, and Robin Systems is here in VMworld. Actually, I can see your booth from here. There's been a big crowd around it, a lot of excitement, and the term that I associate now with Robin Systems is Hyperconverged Kubernetes. And so let's start off just by telling us, who is Robin Systems?
So Robin Systems is a solution that brings an app store experience to any big data or database application anywhere. And we do it on the back of Hyperconverged Kubernetes, which is an industry-first technology that we're introducing here at VMworld.
Okay, and why did you start Robin Systems?
So we started with the vision of saying, imagine if you could bring a one-click simplicity to deploying any big data database applications. So you could deploy in minutes instead of hours or days or weeks. What if you could make application and data portable across from on-premise, across clouds, and reduce the entire lifecycle management of this big, complex distributed applications into single-click experience. And so with that, we started about to look at what do we need to do in order to make that vision a reality. And if you look at these complex applications, in order to really get this kind of simplicity, and also do it with predictability, you need to control all the layers of infrastructure, and then combine that with how you do app lifecycle management. Because the reality is that if you look at everything from Oracle and SAP, which were designed 15, 20, 30 years ago, to Hadoop, to machine learning, each has a different way of dealing with infrastructure. So you really need to control the entire stack in order to give that simple, easy to use experience to the customer base. So we started going about it. We built a platform that combined the application layer with all of the infrastructure stack, and the customers loved it. But at the same time that, look, on the container side, you use containers as a technology, and there is the entire Kubernetes phenomenon, which is really now taking over the stateless world. If I could really combine these two, I could take advantage of all the ecosystem around Kubernetes and apply them to this big data-heavy applications. That's what we did with this Hyperconverged Kubernetes announcement. So it takes two different themes. Hyperconverged, which you know from Nutanix and other hyperconverged plays, where we are not a hardware solution, it's a pure software solution. Okay. But the philosophical concept that we have borrowed is take the entire stack and make it work very cohesively together to provide a delightful, easy to use experience, and combine that with Kubernetes to go after the distributed applications. So that's where the Hyperconverged and Kubernetes, two different trends come together in the platform we are announcing.
Okay, so what I have learned about it is it's a kind of an app store, if you will, for Kubernetes to roll out big data and database applications. Is that true?
That's right. So we ultimately, from the user perspective, the Kubernetes, the storage, the networking, these are all details. We want the user to think of it as an app store, the way you, on your phone, you click and you bring up an application. We want that to be possible, even if the application is very complex, Hadoop with many different services, or an Oracle, which nobody's ever run on Kubernetes. We want all of that to become a single-click experience. And that's why I use App Store, so that people can relate to that simplicity of experience.
Yeah, and I can see from here, I mean, it's a very beautifully designed, very appealing user interface for the end users. And so with one click, they can easily roll out these possibly very large, very complex applications that in the past might take a team, to deploy.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think what we do is we make this possible across on-premise, across public clouds, so you don't need to worry about having a storage admin, networking admin, having to redo that when you go to AWS or Azure. All of that is abstracted away. And all you see is that App Store UI. And it's not just the deployment, because deployment is just the sort of the day zero work. These applications are not the ones that you spin them up and down in minutes. They run for a while, so you typically end up having to do a lot of lifecycle management, patch, upgrade, snapshot, clone. These are all very IT-centric works. You historically would have had to find a ticket and somebody does that for you, with some lag. Now these are all instant self-service operations. So lifecycle management also becomes a single click experience.
Wow, so I mean, a lot of admins out there I know are still just trying to learn Kubernetes, figure out how to install it and configure it. You all have made this all very easy.
Exactly, and so our message to the admins is that, look, we can bring that DevOps Kubernetes experience to your world. without having to change everything. You can modernize your infrastructure, but without saying that, oh, I need to go to cloud or a cloud native service, a managed service in your existing environment, without changing anything in the app layer. By inserting this software abstraction in the middle, you become, not only you get a modern self-service experience today, but tomorrow if you want to go to cloud or cloud A to cloud B, all of that doesn't need to change all over again.
Very nice. So when people talk to you, if they're interested in trying it, what's the first step they typically take?
They would typically contact us, take what we have, install it. We have a community edition as well, so you can try that out for yourself, or you can talk to one of our team members and will help set up a sandbox for you. Could be on-premise, could be on cloud, so that you can get familiar with the functionality, and then we can just go from there.
Very nice. That's something I'd personally like to do in my lab environment. Sounds very cool. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Dave.